This is not as I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of this solitary figure taking center image in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken her time to access the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? Standing directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's being separated from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid hands on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi, sorry for intruding, I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks? I slowly stop doing that! I slowly step towards another seat opposite of her. The girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. She likes tea, I like tea, this could happen. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head telling that, and the slight cloudiness in her eyes means she must be at least particularly blind like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. I take it you're the new student to Yumuka. Oh, god damn it, I don't even remember how to say it. Yes, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the district. I get this. I can't speak English. Why? It's my first language and I can't even speak it. I get the distant feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers. Accentuated by her restrained bow of just greetings. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lilly Satoi. Pleased to meet you. Hasao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure, me want some tea. Yeah, get some tea. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceeding. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares her second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizuna and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lilly herself seems to have workarounds for problems I never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offerer preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observation. Wow, she is tall. Holy crap. I mean, I'm tall. I'm 6 foot. But she might be taller. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Shizuna I mean, some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods. A small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it's being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hakamachi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, in the science room with Mutao. She gives a small giggle before settling down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I'd imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. Oh, I get that sexy face. Look at me all hot over here. I'm like, yeah. drinking some tea. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person. I'm more of a tea person. I hate coffee, so this is my liking of right now. But this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it's be hard to choke down. Thanks to Tao. It tastes really nice. Why do you say that? It tastes really nice. Wouldn't it taste really good? Stop talking, Mitchell. Let's get on with the story. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please, there's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-breached speech. Oh well. I guess I should try and ask her about herself. As it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct, I'm in class 3-2, which is on the 3rd floor, same as yours. It's taught by Mayaji, and it's specifically for both blind and particularly blind students. I see. Sorry. I feel like slapping myself for the fox pass. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem in the slightest bit, and little bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure, sorry. I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems. Also ready to jump ship from this particular topic. I surge into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, this might be her version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunchtimes. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Sejun, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Sejun's blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which use the field near the school's during library. The baseball club, which I would probably be in, and the book club. It's not even a club, it's a team. There's not a club, it's a team! Get it right! And the book club in the room near the library. There are also numerous small ones, though, such as art and music clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rule as my old one. God damn it, what's up with all these big words? Duh! Compulsory to join a club. It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good, that's a relief. I've really let down my guard around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. As the time passes by, oh my god. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. No. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. The time's gone so quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course, she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. Seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of time. Sorry, so I didn't mean to keep you from the libraries for so long. Quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think of it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you to where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Well, unless my navigation skills fail me again, which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that had been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily looks much thinner and longer. That's what she said. Sorry, I know I shouldn't have said that, but anyway, let's go. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. That's freaking pictures! Side by side, my pace carefully sewed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. Doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the jester, taking the lead as we file in. To the library, away! To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library, with distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old world air. Old world. Oh my god, I'm so retarded. Ugh. There don't seem to be a lot of students here. There don't seem. Okay, that wasn't even my wrong English. This is the game's wrong English. I'm sorry. Let's continue. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She says it to thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a oh god, scared me. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Ow! My head! Hello. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. Hi Lily, how can I help you? Her voice is straight in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. It must have hurt, smashing the back of your skull against the freaking table. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange thing. It's nothing, I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for it, my pencil dropped, and when I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvinced. I don't care anymore. If I say the word wrong, whatever. I'm done. By bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression. And then she shuffles some papers around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look. She seems to fit a library perfectly. Lily, did you get my message? Message, Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived. Right. My cat's scratching at the door. What else is new? Greetings, cat. How are you? Love you. Psych. Alright. Love you, tiger. They finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but... Missed her celebrations, particularly for managing to change the topic, I'm sure. God dang it, stop doing that. Change the topic, I'm sure. She notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh, no, I'm sorry for not noticing you there before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school's librarian. Oh, pleased to meet you. Hisao, right? Hisao. Pleased to meet you, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget it. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille. Oh god dang it, Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent. What is wrong with me today? Innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Please, Lily. I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How's it any responsibility at all? I won't get. But her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But... so there are a lot of books in Braille here, huh? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least particularly, as Yuko seems to. Not exactly relax, but at least looks slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or a fourth of Yumeki's library is either in Braille or audio. Moving closer. Makes sense, given all the blind students that be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. They spend more time on the new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve them, all of them. It's so troublesome and they waste so much. I wish I could quit this job. Very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then, if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's alright with you. As more time passes. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I studied the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me as if it looks good. This mic is in the worst spot. I gotta change this next time I do this. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lilly in snuck with us in here, unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisles and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk either reading or steadily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. Oh, it's her! This is the guy I want to talk to. She's like interesting me so much right now. It's a dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as much of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards a mysterious long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself, as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate, after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. Lyra starts, looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third, if not a half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I'm shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands. Before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up there. Yeah, I guess I should apologize. I didn't mean to scare the crap out of her. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods just a little. Oh, okay. I take the seat next to her, and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi... Never heard of it. Sir, sorry again for starting you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I know. We are in the same class. Your speech is stilled and so quiet that it is barely audible, even in this still library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. I resist the urge to say that's a nice name, just to have something to say, but really, it's the only thing that I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fused about this kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sign of relief. So I try to read the covers and the introductions of the books. I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander to her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. She keeps like looking up. She's like, "Hey, how you doing?" After a while, I realize that she's doing the same and only pretending to immerse in life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gaze finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. Oh, Jesus Christ, she scared me. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. We gotta go do something. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good start ahead. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lilly and Hanako are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. "Hey, did you notice a girl run past here?" Maybe. What did she look like?" "Long, dark hair, kinda shy. She had, well, some scars on her face." "You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you?" "Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something." "Oh dear. Hanako, would you excuse me? I had better try and find her." Sure. I'll just hold on to these until you come back." What's going on?" "I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time." "Right. I'll see you later then." "Greetings, woman." Lilly hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Hanako. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? "What did you do?" "Nothing. I was just looking for some books, and then she got this fit and ran off." The most offending thing I can think of was that I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she's a very timid girl. We have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Hanako doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casual only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists it. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No. It sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing soon. But I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh, yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetch my stacks of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and return to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprise myself with that too, honestly, at least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Holding the library books with one arm, I trail my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? Kenji! Alright guys, I think I'm actually going to take a break here because I need to go eat some noms because it's dinner time! So, this is going to be the end of this, I guess, recording session. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you enjoyed, remember to hit the like button down below. I will be continuing the series. I'm having a crap ton of fun with it, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm not really sure on who I want to go with right now because I think you're supposed to pick a girl who you want to go with. And so far, I'm kind of stuck between Lilly and Hanako, I believe, is what I'm going with right now. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. It's CrazyMitch42, and I will see you in another video.